Hi guys, this is Andrew here at Joint Dynamics. Today I want to share with you some information about a type of training that I believe might be valuable. The type of training is called Low Intensity Vascular Occlusion Training. The acronym is LIVOT. It's also sometimes referred to as blood flow restriction training, or if we look at the origins of this type of training, they're from Japan, where a lot of the research stems from. This type of training is called KATSU. So what is LIVOT training? What is low intensity vascular occlusion training? Low intensity vascular occlusion training, or LIVOT, what I'm going to refer to it from now on, is where we take a cuff and we place it around one of our limbs, either our arms or our legs. And I put that around my limb of about an intensity, I'm going to feed it through here, of about an intensity of about 8 out of 10. So if you're working with someone, or if you are someone that suffers with high blood pressure or low blood pressure, then this is not for you. So you need to be really careful. The idea is, when I create this tension via this cuff, I'm going to get blood flow in, I'm going to get arterial blood flow to the muscle, but I'm going to restrict venous return. So what happens, you get a pooling effect, meaning more blood flow stays in here. What happens when I'm exercising and blood flow stays in the muscle? I get an increase in some metabolites such as lactic acid or lactate. I get an increase in nitric oxide. Nitric oxide, ladies and gentlemen, just to show you what's coming forward, nitric oxide is related to the pain response. So when I do this soon, you're going to see my face showing a bit of discomfort, because that's the relationship with nitric oxide and pooling in the blood. And then also an increase in CO2. What is the significance of that? What we found with some research that you'll see that we'll post here from Godfrey and all his friends, is that he found that there's receptor sites for lactic acid, for lactate, and those receptor sites lead to an anabolic growth response. Those receptors are going to signal the growth pathway to get an increase in something called IGF-1 and growth hormone. Growth hormone, inherent to the name, it makes your muscles grow, your bones grow, your skin gets thicker. But as far as we're concerned, for today we're looking at hypertrophy response. So what are some of the benefits of why you would do LIVOT training? One of those can be, because it's low intensity, you can train every day. Because traditionally, when we look at if we want hypertrophy or bigger muscles, for example, we have to get high intensity, so we get this hormetic response. We damage the tissue a little bit, and then the way that the body works, it's brilliant, it super compensates. Via that high intensity training, we get stronger. But you can't do that every day. We need to allow for periodization and recovery. Whereas low intensity work via vascular occlusion training, what we're going to do soon, you can do that every day. Another application would be here at Joint Dynamics, because we have our clinicians, our physical therapists. Just say we're working with an athlete who has had a total knee reconstruction or an ACL reconstruction, and they're rehabbing post-surgery. What we know, due to the nature of injury, is they can't take high loads. So the intensity of what goes into their system, their body, is of lower intensity because there's been some damage, the body's recovering. Via vascular occlusion training, the brilliance of that is we can mitigate muscle loss, atrophy, which means if we can maintain the muscle during the process of recovery injury, we can get back on the field a lot quicker. Okay, the practical aspect of your low intensity vascular occlusion training. One thing, you need your cuffs set to about 7 or 8 out of 10 intensity. So this actually feels, you can see my arms already starting to pool blood. That's about an 8 out of 10 for me. So that's just on the threshold. Next thing, low intensity. You need a weight that is about 20 to 50% of your 1RM. You need to know that it's a weight that you can do 30 times comfortably. Ready to go, set? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Set. 30 seconds rest. What you try to do, you try to encourage blood flow by playing with your hands. But you can see that I'm already starting to get a pump, especially my forearms and biceps. 3, 2, 1, 15 reps. I'm already starting to get, you can see that blood pooling. If you look at the vasculature, look at the veins in my arms. Don't come near me with a sharp object. I'm starting to feel that nitric oxide accumulation, so I'm starting to feel a little bit of discomfort. 2, 1. One set to go. Sweet pain. The mantra is, this is good for me. Look at that. Wow. 2, 1, last one. Oh, you should feel my biceps. And then I take this off. So you can see, wow, you saw my arms. Oh, that feels amazing now. But I can only flex. It's a fair bit of fun. I'm gonna be walking around like a crab for a little while, but what I would suggest, I should drink some water after this. Try it, come on in, use one of our professionals. Be very cautious using this, either with yourself or with your clients if you're interested, your mates, if you don't have experience. There are some great cuffs you can get on the market, but if you're unsure, please come in and see us here at Joint Dynamics. We're more than happy to work with you in any capacity. Till next time, team, I'll see you later.